And we welcome you live here from Darlington, South Carolina. Lady in Black, Too Tough to Tame. As cars are now hitting the racetrack for qualifying. We appreciate you for tuning in tonight for tonight's action here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. First playoff race. Congratulations to our regular season champion, the 03 of Kevin Hash. And it is the Lady in Black tonight. And we will have our throwback weekend. Already some cool cars out on the speedway already tonight. Let's check in quite a few cars out on the speedway. Patrick Langley, one of the first across the line and put down a time in that 20 machine. He'll go to the top of the board. It'll be a 27.372 for Patrick Langley. Brandon Klosterhuis, he'll be running in the second spot right now, the 27. Oh, Sean Bounty jumps up, 27.404 for Sean Bounty, good enough for P2. Now Matt Klosterhuis goes to the top of the board, 27.336. Apologize for the camera as it start working here. Bailey Curry filling in for the 6 of Kyle Weatherman. He'll chime in 6 quick with a 27.468. 27.468 for Bailey Curry in the 6 machine. 91 Jackson Allen out on the speedway, and he'll go P2, second fastest. And his time a 27.350. 24 Matt Cruises, who's right now holding on to that top spot. Look at the 09 of Dave Matson out on this speedway as well. Matt Cruises still holding on. Jackson Allen P2, P3, Patrick Langley. Fourth will be Sean Bounty. Running out the top 5 is Brendan Cruises. Tress and he'll go to 6 quick. 27.452 filling in for brother Sawyer in the 35 machine. Dave Matson out on the speedway, his time. Still waiting for a time for Matson. He'll go 10th quick at 27.508 with 1 minute 46 seconds left. We have the 88 car on the speedway, Justin White, just finishing up his run. Good enough for 13th to the 27.533. 89 of Matt Quick out on the speedway as well. Matt Quick currently 19th with a 28.742. 43 car. It's Kelvin Mosier, but he is here in the Dell Jr. throwback in that 8 car, and he is currently 9th with a 27.471. 74 car out on the speedway. That is Mr. John Garrett. That may be a Dave Blaney throwback. Not 100% sure. The 9 of Adam Schroen. Quite a few Red Bull schemes out tonight. Adam Schroen in one of those cars. So right now, qualifying down to 30 seconds. Matt Cruises, who's Jackson Allen, Patrick Langley, Sean Downey, Brandon Cruises, who's your top 5. Dressing out Roger Ebold, Bailey Curry in the 6th and 8th. 9th will be Kelvin Mosier. 10th, Josh Ball. Just a few more seconds, 10 seconds left in qualifying. Kyle Weatherman in the house. Josh Cully Fan Club joining us as always. Glad to have you here on a beautiful Tuesday night in Darlington, South Carolina. Pace car on the speedway. We'll let them rack them up and stack them up. 34, 33 drivers. We'll see how many make the starting lineup We had 23 cars take time here tonight. Josh Cully, Matt Cherry, Joey Gay, Sam Green, Ray Weeks, Andy Costello, Vincent Wood, Alex Little, BJ Hash, Raymond Rittenauer, Christopher Gale, all electing not to take a time. A big shout out to George Coleman Ford for tonight's Southern 250. Head on over, if you're in the area, head on over to Travelers Rest, South Carolina. And if Patrick ain't on the lake, I'm sure he can get you in a new or used Ford automobile. Here we go. You're starting to line up that 24 car on the inside pole. Will be Matt Cruiser, Jackson Allen to his outside. P3 will be the 20 of Patrick Langley. Sean Bounty into 34. One of the Red Bull cars who'll start in the 4th spot. 94, Brandon Klusterhuis. He will start in the 5th spot. Treston Ott will start the 35 from 6th. 7th will be the 25 of Roger the Bulldozer Debo. To his outside in the 8th place. 6th car filling in for Kyle Whittam to be Bailey Curry. In the 9th spot will be the 43 of Kelvin Mosier. You'll see him as the 8 Budweiser Chevrolet. Another Red Bull car in the field tonight. To his outside will be the 7 of Josh Ball. The 09 of Dave Matson. He'll start in the 11th spot. 12th position will be the 44 of Monin Rahman. And already having some bumper tag on the speedway. Justin White in the 88 machine. He'll start in the 13th spot in that Simbox Chevrolet Camaro. Already front end damage on that machine. Dawn Patterson in the 63. He'll start from the 14th spot, excuse me. 15th will be the regular season champion, the 03 Texas Speed and Performance machine of Kevin Hash. 96 of Jason, the 74 of John Garrett will start to the outside in the 16th spot. John Garrett will start 16th. Matt Klusterhuis in 17th. Matt Hendricks in 17th. As we get ready to rock and roll here. Southern 250 is green. Matt Klusterhuis on the hammer, and it'll pile into turn number 1 here, side by side. Already up the racetrack goes the 24. He gathers it up. 20 almost made contact with that 91 of Jackson Allen. Oh, already into the wall goes that 24. 20 of Langley makes an evasive move all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. The lady in black will grab you. Jackson Allen with a hard charge on the outside gets a big run around that 20 of Patrick Langley. He'll fall in line P2. The top 3 go single file. What's happening out through the rest of the field here? Check them out. There goes single file pretty quickly. Not much room around this treacherous racetrack. Connection issues for the 6 of Bailey Curry. He'll try to gather it in as the 63 of Storm Patterson. Look to the inside of the 09 of Dave Matson. Oh, contact 44-7. They'll keep it clean and green. Back close to who's still your leader. As we continue to follow back through the field. Curry in the 6 machine still having trouble. He'll pull to the bottom side. Caution, first caution of the night out, involving a 29 car. 29 of Elaine Hughes and the Exalta Chevrolet going to bring out our first caution. Let's see how it all Oh, 28 of Vincent Wood, who's had a tough year. Looks like Elaine Hughes is going to get the outside retaining wall. And overcorrects right back in front of the 28 of Vince Wood. Leaders coming down pit side, led by the 24. Sean Bounty, Tressenot, Roger Diebold, Kelvin Mosier, Josh Ball, Dan Half, Joey Gase, all electing to stay out on the speedway. First caution coming here as we work lap number 6. 109 laps to go. And once again, cannot thank our sponsors enough. George Coleman Ford in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Sponsor of the Southern 250 for the Lady in Black Darlington Speedway. Camera flashes going off as the cars make their way down the back straightaway. Interesting fact here. Not that long ago, the back straightaway was the front straightaway. They did remodeling and some upgrading and flip-flop the back stretch and the front stretch. Up until just recently, there were covered grandstands on the back side of the speedway. Those have been replaced with a more modern grandstand, but I tell you, back in the day, it was pretty good to get some cheap $25 tickets in the shade over there on the back straightaway. League commissioner joining us on the broadcast. Sawyer out with some throwback racing here on a beautiful Tuesday night. 74-degree ambient temperature, track temperature at 77 degrees. Southwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Partly cloudy here tonight. Making for a good night of racing here for our Iron Thunder Racing League Premier Series and the first stop in the chase for the playoffs. As we await the lights to go out on the top of the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Sean Bounty, Tressenot, Roger Diebold, Kelvin Mosier, Josh Ball, your top 5. Joey Gase, Matt Klusterhuis, Patrick Langley, Jackson Allen, and Brendan Klusterhuis will round out the top 10. Should see the field double up here as the lights have been extinguished at the top of the iRacing.com Ford Mustang. Scored as the number 5 is that Joey Gase machine, but he is running the 53 car. See, he restart this on the outside of row number 3. Looking for a good restart as the field makes their way down the back straightaway. Ready for the pace car to tuck off. House all in the hands of Sean Bounty. And he will put the pedal to the metal. We're back green flag racing in the Southern 250. Good jump out there for that 34, Sean Bounty. Rest not that 35 will follow in tow. 2 by 2 for the 4th spot. The 7 of Josh Ball, the 43 of Kelvin Mosier, aka the 8 Budweiser Chevrolet. Throwing it back to Dale Jr. Oh, contact. Almost contact with a 53 and 20. They'll keep it clean and green. They'll go single file. Now into turns 1 and 2. The exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 34 Sean Bounty continues to lead. As top 10 went single file. Langley looks to the inside of Gase. Ooh, we'll try to hang on to it without touching each other. That's going to stack it up behind them. Now to the outside goes Langley on the Gase machine. He'll take over P6 from Joey Gase and pull away. Now Gase under fire from 91 of Allen. Allen go to the outside. Here comes Matt Klosterhoos. He'll go to the outside. Brandon Klosterhoos in a 94. He'll go by as well. John Garrett looking to do the same. Some excitement back here around the 63. Bill Elliott throwback. Oh, heavy smoke. 72 of Chad Nelson. He's going to keep it in, pointed in the right direction. No caution, but let's see what happened here on. Oh, Nelson tried to keep her out the wall to make contact with the 88. And a good job of keeping that car out of the racing groove. Now caution will fly on lap 14. Trying to get you a number. Caution number 2, lap 14. Oh, going to involve some of our front runners here. There's your leader, the 34 Bounty. See what happened to bring out this last caution. 25 and 35 get into it. That looked a little sketchy. See what happened between the 25 and 35. Netco did a little pull in that front end of that 25. Seemed to hop. That is the reason for caution number 2. 35 looks like it's fared fairly well for the incident that it had. 91 Salty Broccoli Jackson Allen stays out on the speedway. I believe he is one of the only few to stay out that was on the lead lap. 48 of Matt Cherry and Monin Rahman. Also the 29 of Elaine Hughes, looks like they stayed out. So as we put lap 17 on the board, it is Jackson Allen, your leader, followed by Matt Cherry, Monin Ramen, Kevin Hash, Sean Bounty. Well, I will get it straightened out. Jackson Allen, Matt Cherry, Monin Ramen, Kevin Hash, and Lane Hughes, your top 5. Sean Bounty, Patrick Langley, Joey Gase, John Garrett, and Jason Ronabush in the 96 car. Round out your top 10. 11 through 15 will be Dave Matson, Matt Quick, Storm Patterson, Dan Haff, and Sam Green. 16 through 20 will be Justin White, Matt Hendricks, Alex Little, BJ Hash, and Roger the Bulldozer Diebold. Round out your top 20. 35, 87, 7, 33 and 93, taking some extra time on pit road. Alrighty, getting ready to come back to the green flag. Should be an interesting restart. Green flag. 91 Jackson Allen hammer down on the gas. Three wide into turn number 1. Patrick Langley to the bottom of the racetrack. 91 Jackson Allen going to put some distance between he and the 48 of Matt Cherry. '16 of Alex Little back here in the 16th spot. We'll move back up to 6th. Joey Gase and Patrick Langley. 94, close to Hoos. For the Bible. 6 of Bailey Curry. There is the gap between first and second. Do apologize to Storm Patterson. He did have a paint scheme reveal video, and for some reason, computer will not. Streamlabs will not process the video. I'm going to try to play it during one of our commercial breaks. There's some white up into the outside retaining wall. The Bulldozer looks to the inside of Mosier. And that 8 Budweiser Chevrolet. Smoke you're seeing is from connection issues from the 6 of Bailey Curry. as the bulldozer will get the spot. Storm Patterson will follow through in his Bill Elliott tribute with a peak and a freeze on the back deck, the back quarters of that machine. And they're on the hood along with PalaceTrade.com. Action up front here. Sean Bounty in the 4th spot. Kevin Hash runs 3rd. Whoa! 34, Sean Bounty. I'd have got that 03 a little loose as he chased it up the racetrack. 20 of Patrick Langley looks inside of Mon and Ramen. Joey Gates is going to try to follow suit. There is the gap between 1st and 2nd. Back to the 48 of Matt Cherry. Getting ready to come up on some lap traffic here momentarily for your leader. It's a 9 of Adam Schroen. 31st, 1 lap down at the moment. Only a Patrick Langley able to get around at 03. Kevin Hash, here comes Joey Gates to the inside. Patrick Langley on the move. He'll move to the outside of the 48 of Matt Cherry. Cherry almost slammed the door, and William Langley will have to pump the brakes just a bit. Let the 48 back in line. 48 taps the wall on the exit. They'll get the momentum to the 20, and he'll go around into turn number 3. Two cars on the move right now, the 20 of Patrick Langley and the 4 place of Joey Gay. Stage number 1 on that excitement. Stage number 1 is in the books. And while all that was happening, show is Sean Bounty, your leader. That was the end of stage number 1. Sean Bounty, Jackson Allen, Patrick Langley, Joey Gates, Matt Cherry, Kevin Hash, Dave Matson, John Garrett, Sam Green, and Monin Ramen, your top 10 after stage number 1. to win the race off of pit road. Everybody taking the opportunity to come down pit road. Ooh, be a close one. I believe it would have been the 72 of Chad Nelson with the wave. Take that back. Nelson is out in front of the leaders. He will get guessing guesstimation may have been Ray Weeks. Sure what's going on with the 8. Weird restart. Not sure why the 8 was in front of the field. Launching out on the Speedway 72, Chad Nelson on the back straightaway. Oh, like he just loses it. May have made contact with the 6 of Bailey Curry. Curry will get a little piece of the wall. Oh, most definitely contact. Patrick Langley and Alex Little squeak by. There's a little iRacing mishap there with the 8. Putting him in front of the field when the green flag was getting ready to fall. No harm, no foul. Jackson Allen continues to lead. Sean Bounty, Kevin Hash, Joey Gates, Roger, Bulldozer, D-Bold round out your top 5. Currently 2 cars out of the race. Your pole sitter, Matt Kloosterhuis, along with Vince Wood in the 28. 2 cars. 3 cars at least 1 lap down. Adam Schroen, Elaine Hughes 1 lap down, 29th, 30th. Alex Little in the 16, 2 laps down in 31st. Should see the one to go signal next time by. Green back in the air. He won. Jackson Allen will jump out and hit it at 34. Sean Bounty with the lead. They'll dive off for the turn number 1 and 2. The widest section in the racetrack. It narrows back down into 3 and 4. Joey Gates with a big run underneath the 03, and he'll take over the 3rd spot. And Patterson has found his way inside the top 5, running in the 5th spot. The PalaceTrade.com Pete antifreeze machine. Throwing it back to Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Third through 6th right there in your screen. We are on lap 43 of 114. The math tells me 72 laps. 371 with 44 going on the board this time by. Klooster, who's giving way to the 48. He'll give up that 8th spot to the 48 of Matt Cherry. Jackson Allen led 26 laps so far tonight. Everybody right now content to ride a little bit. Gotta find some battles out here. Patrick Langley. Go around Dan Half on the outside. Jason Roudabush. There is the 33 of Josh Cully in the 19th spot. Half moves up, makes contact, so does the 69 of Hendricks. Keep it in the right direction. Another look there at the Gase machine running in the third spot. Patterson looking underneath the 03. Kevin Hash. Quite have the drive he needs. Settle back in line and hang out in the 5th spot. Camera working a little better now. Sure she'll switch. Should be good to go from here on out. Apologize. Camera selector tried to freeze up on us. Check in with our leaders. Coming up on some lap traffic. Whoa! Almost contacted the leader, the 29, Elaine Hughes. Could have swore I heard on the radio for that car to stay on the bottom side, and leader went to the bottom. Dave Matson looking to the inside. Matt Cherry back in the 20th spot, the 35 of Tressenant. Want Sam Green to look underneath Jason Roudabush. Roudabush up with a Darlington stripe. Oh, big move there. Everybody working underneath that 29 ahead as well. I'm going to catch the 29 in the right spot. Come down the racetrack. Up into the wall, contact. with the 94 or 96, excuse me. See how that went. Back on the wall, able to keep it straight. And she'll bring it pit side. 91 Jackson Allen puts the 9 of Adam Schroen down another lap here. We are halfway. Right now, Jackson Allen seems to be the class of the field so far. Coming up on the close to the end of stage number 2. We'll work you the top 10 right quick. Jackson Allen, Sean Bounty, Joey Gay, Storm Patterson, Dave Matson, top 5, and Kevin Hash, John Garrett, Matt Cherry, Justin White, and Brandon Kluster, who's the top 10. Everybody out there riding, clicking away laps. Not much to report out on the speedway. Cherry looking underneath that 03. And stage number 2, caution. Jackson Allen, Sean Bounty, Joey Gay, Storm Patterson, Dave Matson, Kevin Hash, Matt Cherry, John Garrett, Justin White, and Brendan Klusterhoos. Jackson Allen wins stage number 2. Almost 10-second difference between first and fourth. They're coming to the line. But we have our third car out of the race, the 72 of Nelson. The 34 spot, 13 laps down at the moment. Right now we're staying out on the speedway. They'll turn her back over to the 91 of Jackson Allen. John Bounty holding on to P2. P3 Storm Patterson. P4, Dave Matson. 5, looks like it'll be... Oh, sorry, as they crossed the line. Shuffled back for us. Coleman Patterson 3rd, Joey Gase 4th, Dave Matson 5th. $64 of $114 on the board. Green flag back in there. Jackson Allen hammers down, powers away from the field. Once again, 34 Sean Bounty in the bridesmaid seat. Side by side, Joey Gase. And Storm Patterson, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Under 53 of Gase off the nose of that 63 machine. He handles it. Keeps her pointed in the right direction and avoids major calamity at the front of the field. Caution out on the speedway. Oh, involving the 20 of Patrick Langley. That was gonna happen ahead of him here. '69 of Matt Hendricks. I think it was where it started. Tries to correct and back up in front of the 3. You get the 7 of Josh Ball. Trying to figure out where the 20 of Patrick Langley came into all of that. It looks like he went by unscathed on the outside. Oh, looks like he just got on the binders and lost the handle on that machine. So a few takers on pit road. Jackson Allen, your leader, coming pit side along with Dan Half, Andy Costello, Josh Ball, Raymond Rittenauer, BJ Hash, Jason Ridebush, Matt Hendricks, Kevin Hash, Ray Weeks. Probably gonna put that 91 restarting in about the 16th position. Is indeed the first one off of pit road. Mesa, Arizona fan club rooting for Josh Cully tonight. Cully, as always, kind of sneakily hanging out, keeping everything quiet. Moved up into the 7th spot here in stage number 3 with 46 laps to go. Found his way inside the top 10. As always, Cully kind of likes to make his way through the field toward the end of the race and does it fairly quietly. Nothing different here at the Lady in Black. Now running in the 7th spot. Alright, let me restart 6th. Qualified 24th. Joey Gase right now being credited with P2. Qualified in the 26th spot. 5th place driver Matt Cherry had a 25th place qualifying run. Matt Quick in an 89, he qualified 21st. Sam Green just outside the top 10, qualified in the 27th spot. In this week, Kelly having some trouble with his custom numbers. He's out there riding in the CRT small engine repair machine with no numbers. Sometimes that side of iRacing can be a little tricky. As the lights have been extinguished at the top of the iRacing.com Ford Mustang, we're going to double up behind him 2x2. Drivers having a little bit of fun in the chat. Flash is going off for the back straightaway. Sean Bounty has led 16 laps here tonight. We've had 8 lead changes, and Patrick Langley with the quickest lap of the race, a 27.348. Hammer down for Sean Bounty, trying to take notes out of that salty broccoli notebook as he'll try to stretch away. Now the 63 of Storm Patterson, he'll pull away and grab away P2 from Joey Gase. Now Storm Patterson going to run down that 34 Sean Bounty. Does he have anything for him here with 43 to go? Across the start finish line, we'll put lap 73 on the board. 42 laps to go. 2 playoff drivers at the front of the field, denoted by the banners and the spoiler in bright yellow. Josh Cully after the restart up into the 4th spot. Quickly into the top 5 in the 33 Chevrolet. Jackson Allen started out in the 16th spot. He has moved his way up to 13th with 41 laps to go. Make it 40 this time by for the 34 Sean Bounty. Caution out. See what brought out that Oh, John Garrett going to get a piece of it along with Jackson Allen. Looks like he'll get away with some minimum damage, but that'll definitely set him back on his surge back to the front as the field picks up the pace car on the back straightaway. Sean Downey, Storm Patterson, Josh Cully, Joey Gates, Dave Matson for top 5. Downey, Patterson, Cully hit pit road along with Quick, Cherry, Klusterhuis, Ott, Roudabush, Casalova, Justin White, Patrick Langley, Dan Half, Jackson Allen, Josh Ball, Matt Hendricks. Staying out going to be Joey Gates and Dave Matson, both with 15 laps since they visited pit road. Strategy unfolding right here before us. 38 to go. 16. Bailey Curry going to stay out. Running into third spot. 15 laps since he's last visited pit road as well. Monin Raman going to be in there. 15 laps since he's visited pit road. Sam Green staying out 15 laps as well. Getting ready to come back green. Here in the Southern 250, presented by George Coleman Ford, Travelers Rest, South Carolina, in the beautiful upstate of South Carolina. Restarting with 35 laps to go. Gase selects the outside. He will power on that outside, hammer down. Southern 250 is green. 09 of Dave Matson, 44 Monin Raman, they'll clear each other. Straighten out the 6 of Bailey Curry, 89 of Matt Quick. Curry, ooh, a little too far down on the flat spot of the apron. They lose a little bit of momentum. He'll fall in line now. Sean Downey and Kelvin Mosier. Mosier will look to his outside of that 6 machine. That Cherry going to run in there as well. He'll move to the top side. Oh, Sean Downey up the racetrack. He'll get a piece of the nose of the 63. All the way down on the apron, way back up the speedway goes Bailey Curry in that 6 car. Caution back out for the 8th time tonight. DJ Hash in the 3 car. He'll grab a piece of that outside retaining wall. Oh, hard into the 75 of Ray Weeks. And then Lane Hughes comes by and murders DJ Hash in that 3 car. Check back in with your leader here as they have caught the pace car. Ace, Matson, Ramen, Quick, Cherry, your top 5. Mosier, first one on pit road in the top 10. He'll be followed by the 63 of Storm Patterson, Jason Ridebush, Dan Half, Kevin Hash, Justin White. Ace, Matson, Ramen, Quick, Cherry, Curry, Bounty, Ott, Klusterhus, and Rittenauer all staying out. Got with inside 30 to go this time by. Right now, your top 10, Joey Gates, Dave Matson, Monin Raman, Matt Quick, Cherry, Ellie Curry, Sean Bounty, Tressenot, and Inclusive and Ray Rittenauer in the 87 machine. We'll restart this one with 28 to go once they cross the line. Restart number 8 of the night. Race car out of here. Green flag back in the air. Joey Gase with the hammer. Down. Matt Quick in at 89 will move into the second spot. Cully gets loose. He'll save it, but after losing 3-4 spots. BJ Hash slow on the bottom. BJ Hash in the 3 almost coming to a complete stop on the racetrack. Here's the battle for the 8th spot. Langley looks to the outside. Oh, 34 Sean Downey. There's cars all over the racetrack. Tressenot has to go all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. They are scattered, smothered, and covered all the way down the back straightaway. 2, 3 wide into turn number 3. Somehow they'll all keep it clean and green and point it in the right direction. Jackson Allen back up to 12th. He'll look to the inside of Kelvin Mosier in an 8 machine. 21 Sam Green. He'll move to the outside of Klusterhuis. Last time those two cars were together, around with the 21. This time, everything clean and green. They'll move back single file. Jason Raunebusch. More connection trouble for that 6 of Bailey Curry. He just blinked all the way back to the 12th spot. And Jackson Allen on the move again underneath Klusterhuis. He'll make quick work. Slide up the racetrack. Sight sit on the 21 of Sam Green. Green all over the back deck lid of Curry. A little bit of sparks flying underneath the 21 goes Jackson Allen. Another quick move around the 21 Proton Mill Cosmic Motorsports machine. Caution back out again on the speedway. Caution number 9. Trying to get a number. '96 of Raunebusch around contact with the 88 of Justin White. Way up in the air goes the 96. He and the 33 of Cully. Raunebusch may have got the wall just a little bit. Comes across the nose. Justin White sends the 96 way up into the catch fence. Heavy damage as smoke billows from the back end of that machine. Leader pit side, Joey Gase, Dave Matson. Matt Quick, Raymond Rittenauer, and Patrick Langley going to stay out along with Storm Patterson. Dan Half. Adam Schroen in 9. He will be the lucky dog. Green back in the air, 89 and Matt Quick, hammered down, pedal to the metal. He'll lead the 87. Oh, Raymond Rittenauer. Rittenauer jumps up to that top side. Here comes the 20 of Patrick Langley, Travelers Rest South Carolina native. As he'll fall in line, NP3. Some scrambling back in the back of the field, everybody keeping it pointed in the right direction. We'll stay green. Here comes Jackson Allen. He'll move to the inside of Mosier. Bumper from the 20 to the 87. 87 up into the wall, 63, 43. They'll straighten each other out. Elaine Hughes up top, 53 of Joey Gase, and they're all scrambling down the back straightaway trying to avoid that slow car. The 29, Josh Cully, will drive by 4 of them on the inside. Joey Gase still in a pickle back here as he'll bounce off the 43, or excuse me, the 8. Jackson Allen is sniffing out first place in an 89 with 17 to go. 20 of Patrick Langley right there in tow. To the inside of the 89 goes that 91. He'll drive all the way down in the 20. Had a big run. Looks like he had to get on the binders there to keep avoiding running over that 89. Battle for P2 as Jackson Allen is checking out. Camera switching for whatever reason. Langley not able to get around him. Dave Matson lurking in the distance. Langley all the way to the top of the racetrack. They'll lose a little momentum. 101 go on the board. 14 to go. Jackson Allen. And caution back out on the speedway. Trying to find the number. Possibly involving on 94 Brendan Klusterhuis with making contact with another Cosmic Motorsports machine. This time it looks like it may be the 93 of Kasalova. And our 10th caution of the night. Jackson Allen back up front. Salty broccoli, salty broccoli, old Jackson Allen. Restart on the outside, inside will be Matt Quick. Row number 2, Patrick Langley, Dave Matson. Row 3, Storm Patterson and Matt Cherry. Row number 4, Sam Green, Josh Cully. Race car off. Jackson Allen back into the gas, hammer down, pedal to the metal. Yo, now Dave Matson going to take advantage. He'll take over P2. But 89 of Matt Quick with a big run. Underneath that 09, contact 4809, they'll keep it. 94 Brandon Crusoe's hard into the inside wall. So far, no caution as he is all the way to the inside. And now caution comes out. Oh, caution at the front of the field. Patrick Langley is what brings out the caution. Langley bounces off the wall, nowhere to go for 48 of Cherry. Sam Green will get a piece of it. Nowhere to go for the 03. Jackson Allen, your leader, with 7 laps to go. Down to the 6 laps to go. Throwback weekend winding down. 3 playoff drivers. 1, 2, 3. Allen electing the outside for the restart. Green flag back in the air. We are just 4 laps away. Dave Matson in the 09 looking to the outside of the 89 of Matt Quick. Down the back straightaway. They'll go single file. Josh Cully will look to the inside of Matt Cherry as we were down to 3 to go. Owen Patterson trying to get around that 48 machine. 21 of Sam Green right on the back deck lid with a Palace Trade peak machine. Bullhorns in the air, 2 to go for Jackson Allen. There is the distance between first and second. Everybody single file for the moment. Besides the 43 of Mosier. And he'll go single file this time. With 1 lap to go in the Southern 250. The 91 of Jackson Allen down the back straightaway. Into turns number 3. Jackson Allen wins the Southern 250. Followed by the 89 of Matt Quick and third place of 33 of Josh Cully. .63 coming to the line. Got to hold it at outside wall. .91 Jackson Allen, your winner. He'll punch the ticket to the next round. Let's work on getting those guys up in the booth with us. Been a while since we had a Josh Cully interview. We'll put him in the waiting room. Matt Quick. Looking for the Quickster. Our winner into the waiting room. Waiting on one more car. On Matt Quick to join. Ready? Get up here with our third place finisher, Josh Cully. Just a moment. Alrighty, joining me up in the booth, the driver of the CRT Small Engine Repair Chevrolet Camaro. It's been a while since we had you in the booth, man, and making that sneaky trek inside the top 10 there at the late stages of the race, like always. Kind of just biding your time, working your way through the field very quietly, and bringing it home tonight in a solid P3 finish at the Lady in Black. Got to be happy with that. such a tough racetrack and having to fight the racetrack all night long, along with your competitor. Congratulations on a solid P3 finish.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. It's been a few races since I've been able to talk to you, but yeah, there was a few wrecks. I thought we were done. Was able to just check up and barely get through them and that kind of thing. And I think I had a little bit fresher tires than those guys in front of me there at the end. So if we didn't get that last caution, I think I was in a good spot to maybe challenge for a win, but came up a few laps short. Third place is pretty dang good for starting out the playoffs, so we'll take it and move on.
I tell you, each and every week, man, you got this fan club out here watching, and they're here every week like clockwork. Got some fans out in Mesa, Arizona, rooting and hollering tonight, and able to put on a good show for them, man. And in the playoffs, all those playoff drivers are, trying to clog the front, trying to gain as many points as possible, and being able to come out here in a tough racetrack like this and finish in the third spot, man. Congratulations. I know you'd rather be supporting that playoff banner there and get inside of it. I think you just barely missed out on the playoffs. But starting...
We made it in the playoffs, so I think we were in 15th or something when we came into
That's right.
this race. But yeah, I think tonight we should be able to get into that top 12 at least.
Yeah, I do remember now. I usually have it pulled up, and tonight, for some reason, didn't have it pulled up. So definitely, going to be a good points night as far as finishing wise, and we'll look forward to moving on the next week and see if we can rack them up again. Congratulations on P3, and we look forward to speaking to you again.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. Just want to give you a shout out and show you're out and all the guys at Iron Thunder. Everybody for tuning in and watching, and hopefully next week we'll get another solid finish.
All righty, good luck, man.
All right, thank you.
Was P3 finisher. I will bring up our second place finisher, the 89 of Matt Quick. Cars pulled the infield. Roddy joining us in the booth now, P2 finisher in the 89 of Matt Quick, finishing that run out. Fairly strong there. Jackson Allen was cream of the crop for most of the night. He was able to battle his way back through the field and just didn't have what it took to hang with Allen, which I don't believe anybody had anything for Allen tonight. He was just on rails. But you were able to take no time in qualifying, kind of hang out in the back, and I noticed you and Ray kind of worked your way up through the field there and tried to avoid some of that calamity that comes with the lady in black, and being able to fight your competitors as much as you had to fight the racetrack here, coming out with a solid P2 finish. It's got to be a good one for you.
It's absolutely amazing. This is one of my worst tracks. Next week is a bad track for me. But regardless, I was not expecting a top 5, not even a second place. And I took 2 tires the last time I pitted, which was like over 30 laps ago. And then as I was going, I mean, everybody pitted again. It surprised the hell out of me. I was like, my bed's made. So I was like, as long as I finish top 10, I'll be all right. And as long as I don't die. And somehow I stayed ahead of all the wrecks. Ray got killed. And then I was just kind of waiting on the restarts. And I thought Dave was going to kill me on the restart. And somehow it stuck in 3 and 4, just enough. And I hung in there. And I suck at Darlington. I stay in the back for a reason, not to die. And after the second stage, I didn't get any points. I was like, well, let's see what happens. If I die, I die. I don't. And I was able to stay ahead of the calamity. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to rip on anything or anybody, but this is like the mentally handicapped guy getting second place in the 100-meter dash. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. All right.
I tell you, man, we saw a lot of these weird runs that people would get, underneath, especially going underneath of a race car. It seemed like, and it may have had something to do with the angle of the camera, but it seemed like a guy would get there, kind of get underneath him, and all of a sudden he went from about a car length back to being right up underneath the car in front of him, up on the upside of the racetrack. Saw a lot of those runs, and I know one, it seemed like it might have caught you off guard a little bit. I can't remember the car you were underneath, but had a huge run underneath him and was able to not only stay off of him and he stay off the wall. And, seemed like we saw quite a bit of that tonight. And I know experience from racing here. I love this racetrack, but, like you said, I'm garbage here. I can't drive it. I don't know how Jackson Allen does it. And I'm sure if you go back and watch the replay, he drove one of the most unique lines that I've seen in the sim. Something a little different, and every time I try to do it, I get a little loose getting down on that apron, but somehow I was able to make it work. And
this was straight up pure luck for me. I mean, I know my limitations, and this track is not good. That's why I did not qualify to stay in the back, and I was just trying to learn stuff. I did not get enough practice as much as I wanted to this week. Life got in the way. And then, but what I did figure out is just like the Cup race at Kansas, 2 days ago, where if you got in the lead and you had good enough stuff or whatever, you weren't passing anybody unless they totally jacked it up. And the only thing that sucks about Darlington is you have less, there's no room for mistakes at Darlington. Kansas, I get it, everybody's on the top line in iRacing, but you can, kind of lean down out of the way. If somebody screws up at Darlington, that's the whole line. There's nothing you can do. So I figured that, like, if I can forget stage points, they happen. If they don't, whatever, and then try to race the race. And I got lucky. Cautions felt perfect. I believe I got 0x. That's unheard of for me, especially at Darlington. Not that I try to wreck people or anything like that, but I know my limitations. So this is the biggest surprise for me all year long. So I'll take the second place. I'll run away with it. Great run. I want to thank Kevin Hash. I want to thank Ray for just kind of coaching me through, kind of spitting ideas what to do. And somehow I just got the luckiest out of three of us. And thank you for broadcasting.
All righty, man. Congratulations. I know there'll be some other points added in there, but it's going to wind up being a good points night for you. And only thing better would have been able to punch the ticket to the next round. But I'm sure the 89 will go back to work, and hopefully next week will be just as surprising for you, and maybe go ahead and punch that ticket to the next round next week. But we look forward to getting there, and good luck the rest of the playoffs.
Well, this week I got to learn how to drive a road course. So, yeah, here we go.
Hey, if it happens once, it can happen twice. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right?
That is correct.
All right, man. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, man.
Right, that's the 89 of Matt Quick. I'll let him sit down there long enough. He's been down there about as long as he was out front, the 91. Old Salty Broccoli, Jackson Allen. Man, that car was on rails in a unique line, like I told Matt Quick just a second ago. Kind of seen you run a line nobody else was running, and a line I wasn't really familiar with. Just kind of set that car out, and once you got that green flag stop, or excuse me, they had a bunch of cars stayed out. You decided to pit, come through there, was making your way through, got caught up a little bit in the caution. Didn't get too much damage, but after that, it was Katie Barter doors. 91 was on rails, man. We were just watching that thing come through the field and eat. Congratulations on picking up the Southern 250 and punching the ticket to the next round. Kind of go into next week with a little weight off your shoulders, and we know we'll probably see the 91 back up front again as we turn left and right.
Thank you, Grissom. Yeah, I call that the Kevin Hamlin line because I run the Denny Hamlin line through 1 and 2, and then Harvick through 3 and 4. It's just something that I worked on and actually started doing it in the K&N car, and it works really good. Or, well, excuse me, the ARCA car now, and it works really good in those cars. And I've actually never turned a lap with this aero package in the Cup cars on this track until practice tonight. And I went out there immediately and tried it, and it seemed to stick pretty good, so I hung with it there. Man, what a blast of a race. I missed 2 really big wrecks that were completely in front of me. The one of them I kind of got just turned around in. I just crossed myself up getting on the brakes, but I didn't have any contact out of that. Both of those were night enders, and I managed to slip through them. So yeah, we were on rails. The second stage there was one of those just times in iRacing where you're having a blast. Sean was right on my bumper for a good 15, 20 laps. Sean Boundy, he was fast. He was probably the faster car out there, especially in 10 laps. And I was just able to dirty up his air, and it made him use up his front tires a little bit more. And towards the end of the run, he started to fall back. But yeah, he was quick, and that was very fun racing. That was some of the most fun I've had on iRacing there in that second stage. So shout out to him for running me hard and running me clean. And yeah, it was just a blast out there.
It was definitely enjoyable for us in the booth, and I'm kind of sort of surprised nobody picked up on that line and started to try it for themselves. I know in traffic, it can be a little hard to run that exact line, but sort of surprised some of those guys didn't really pick up on it, especially when you and Bounty were able to get away from the field a little bit there and had a little time to run out into some fairly clean air. And no, punching that ticket has got to be a good feeling, and we get to turn left and right next week. It'll be a little change up of the pace here.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about the Roval. I'm stoked. That's a tough track, and you know me, I love the road courses, but man, that thing's a beast. I never look forward to going there, and I'm glad I get to go in there and have fun and maybe play some games with the stages and try to steal another win there.
It's definitely going to be fun to watch, man. It always is when we get to the Roval. I'm not a fan of road courses, but I have to say, man, the Roval is just action packed, and especially when you got guys that try to push the envelope just a little bit. And it's going to be interesting to watch, and we'll know somewhere in the end there that 91 will always be right there in the hunt, and we'll gladly be watching and can't wait. Hopefully it's at least half as exciting as tonight, watching the 91 come through the field, leading 65 laps on top of it. It was definitely a good show. We appreciate you for taking your time out on Tuesday night and running with us and staying behind here for the interview. And good luck on the rest of the playoffs, and good luck next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Shout out to my beautiful wife. I think she watched the broadcast tonight. So, yeah, great league. Love racing here. Definitely a challenging league. You got professional guys in here, so it's awesome to come in here, and especially when you can have a car like I had tonight. So, shout out to Sawyer for putting this deal on and all the admins that go with it. So, yeah, we'll come next week and we'll have fun, and we'll get to hang her out next week and not really have anything to worry about. So that's always good.
And that might be a little definitely not what the rest of the competition wants to see. Able to let loose a little bit and go out there and kind of have fun. Usually that's not too good for the rest of the field, because even though as much as you dislike it, I'm pretty sure we'll see the 91 challenging for the lead next week. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, your winner, 91 Jackson Action Allen, old Salty Broccoli. Hey, man, if you're into Twitch streaming, check him out. I believe it is Salty Broccoli over on Twitch. Not sure how active he is still there, but I know in the past he has been active on Twitch. So go over, give him a follow, and congratulations to the top 3, Jackson Allen, Matt Quick, Josh Cully. Dave Matson in the 4th spot. 5th will be Matt Cherry, Storm Patterson 6th, 7th Sam Green, Sean Bounty 8th, Bailey Curry 9th, and running out the top 10, Joey Gase. Appreciate everybody for coming out tonight for the Southern 250 presented by
And the atmosphere
George
here
Coleman
is just such a
Ford.
different atmosphere than you get at other dealerships. It's a lot more laid back,
Great night
a
of
lot more
racing.
family-like environment.
Everybody gets along, and that says a lot.
I tell everybody we're the people.
There we go. Great night of racing throughout the whole night. We appreciate you taking your time out to join us. Make sure you join us next week. We'll go to the Roval, the Spenard Simulations. Overlays are trying to phone for something. Got her. Spenard Simulations 200. 50 laps at the Roval, Charlotte Motor Speedway. And to round out the round of 16, we'll be at the Badass Welder 200 from Kentucky Motor Speedway Tuesday, November 3rd. Be sure to join us as we continue our chase for the championship for Season 5 of the Iron Thunder Racing League Premier Series. End it all December the 1st, Homestead, Miami for the ITRL Championship 200. Be right here on Tuesday nights. Make sure you join us. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jonathan Grissop from Darlington, South Carolina. The Lady in Black, too tough to tame. Y'all keep showing up. We'll keep showing out.